Hello everyone and welcome to Cooking with Kids. Today we'll be making cranberry lemon loaf. For our recipe today, we will be using 1 cup of fresh cranberries, which we will cut in half later, 1 tablespoon of lemon zest from the lemon that came in your kit. We will also be using a half a cup of sugar plus 1 tablespoon, 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 large eggs, a half a cup of melted unsalted butter, 1 cup of milk, and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. To begin, we're going to set our oven at 350 degrees. Next, we're going to wash our cranberries and cut them in half. Now we have our loaf pan. We're going to need some Pam or oil spray, a whisk, and 3 of these bowls. So to begin, I'm just going to spray my loaf pan with some oil so that our loaf does not stick. So now we're going to take that bowl of our cut up cranberries and we're going to dump that in. And we're going to add our lemon zest. And we're also going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar to the cranberry. And then we're going to put that aside until the rest of our recipe is done. So now in a different bowl, we are going to mix our sugar, our melted butter. Please make sure your butter is not hot, but at room temperature after melting. And we're also going to add our 2 large eggs, 1 and 2. Next, we're going to add our milk, and last but not least, our 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract is all going to go into our bowl. You're going to need your whisk, and we're going to whisk it till it is a smooth consistency. Next, we're going to mix our dry ingredients. So we are going to add our baking powder and salt to our 2.5 cups of flour. And then we're just gonna get a whisk and give it a little stir and make sure all those ingredients are blended well. Now it's time to take our wet ingredients and we're going to add them to our dry, and we're gonna mix them in well. So here I am, just gonna pour it into our dry. Note, I used a spoon to mix mine. I think a spatula would work much better and much easier. Next, we're gonna add the cranberries to our batter, and we're just going to keep folding it until it kind of looks like this and they get well into the batter before we add it to our loaf pan. Now that it is all mixed and ready to go, now it's time to pour it into our loaf pan. So once it's in the pan, just smooth out the top, and we've had that oven preheated so you can plop it right into the oven, and we're gonna cook this for about 45 to 55 minutes. So about after 45 minutes, here is our cranberry lemon loaf. So I'm just gonna leave it on the rack for about 10 minutes to let it cool off. After 10 minutes of cooling down, you can take it out of the loaf pan and leave it on a cooling rack to cool down before serving. And here is my cranberry lemon loaf. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I enjoyed making it with you. Until next time, bye.